GameMasters here, and this is our review of Marvel's Black Widow. And it's not what I expected, and there will be spoilers. Black Widow has been out for about a week. Yeah, the review is about a week late, but the reason for that is I do want to openly talk the movie. There will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, which if you haven't seen it in the first week, I don't feel guilty about giving away spoilers. What I really expected to see was for this movie to venture into the whole multiverse that Loki, the TV series, is bringing up. Now, given Black Widow would have been released over a year ago, pre-pandemic, which would have put it out pre-WandaVision, which really first started giving us a tease of the multiverse. But what I really honestly expected Black Widow to do was to show us these were, okay, when you die, your life passes before your eyes. And that's what I really thought was going to happen, that we were going to pick up at the end, or towards when she dies in Endgame. I figured as she was falling, what we saw in Black Widow was going to be another version of her passing through her eyes as she fell. And I really thought that was going to come to fruition when she started diving off the plane at the end of the movie. Black Widow actually takes place shortly after the Avengers movie. It actually did take place. I guess this was to fill in the gaps. Not that we really necessarily needed it. Overall, the movie was fun. I was not super impressed with it. As for the story itself, okay, so we start off and here's where some spoilers are going to come in. We start off in, I believe it's 1985, with her as a child. She's got a sister, mother and a father, but it turns out that the mother and father are actually Russian spies, and their mission was a 3-year mission in America to do something. And the American authorities are closing in quick, so they have to make a quick escape, getaway as a family unit in the dead of night, and they make it to a plane that the mother is also a pilot, and they're able to take off with the father hanging on to a wing, and they land in Cuba. So they go from, I believe it was Ohio to Cuba, with the dad on a wing of a plane. Okay, well, when you understand who the dad is, okay. The dad is essentially the Russian equivalent of Captain America. So, okay, I guess he could survive that. They get to Cuba. Mom gets shot in a tussle. She gets hauled off. The girls are crying. The dad basically turns them away, and the girls are then kind of taken into the Black Widow program and separated from mom and dad. They could be separated from each other at some point. It wasn't really clear because there was a lot of flash, real quick flash movement, kind of a montage, if you will. And then fast forwards to 21 years later. And this is where it starts taking place just after the Avengers movie. Romanoff is now being hunted by American authorities. She does a double trick on them, and it's just her cell phone that they pick up. She's actually somewhere else and makes it out safe. Now, I'm going to ask you to do something for me real fast. Give this video a thumbs up. Whether you like the movie or not, I would still love it if you could give this particular video, this review, a good thumbs up. I'm going to appreciate that from you, genuinely. What that does is it helps get this video in front of more eyes so that I can help grow my channel. That's all I ask. You could subscribe, but I would definitely ask you and thank you to give me a thumbs up. Thank you. We then shift the storyline over to her sister. Her sister is, of course, a Black Widow, along with another huge group of other Black Widows, and they are trying to do a mission, an assassination attempt on, who knows, some person. The objective is to obtain a vial that can reverse the psychological conditioning of the Black Widow program. Only they don't know that that's what it is. So one of the other Black Widows has already discovered this, takes the vial, smashes it, and releases the sister from the Black Widow program, so she can now freely and openly think for herself. So now her mission is to find her sister and try to help all the other ladies in the Black Widow program. Fast forward a little bit, Natasha meets up with her sister. Together, they go find Dad, who's in prison. And again, remember, he is the Russian equivalent of Captain America. They break him out of prison. They go see Mom. Mom says, oh, okay, well, I can't really divulge what's going on. They threaten her. And she says, oh, okay, well, I can show you where the Red Room is. Red Room is a location where the big bad evil guy is hiding out. In all of this, we learn that Natasha and her sister are not actually sisters. They were ripped away from another set of parents and given to these other two imposter parents as cover. Natasha kills the big bad evil guy and, as I mentioned earlier, starts plummeting off the plane. And I really felt that that's where they were going to tie up the loose end. But no, that actually was all happening. At the end of the movie, she takes off in a jet, which we see her later flying in one of the other Avenger movies. At the end of the movie, after the credits have rolled, yes, there is a after credit scene, and I'm about to spoil that for you too. Natasha's sister gets out of a truck with a dog, makes her way over to a cemetery in which we see Natasha's name written on a tombstone. So this is now taking place after the Thanos blip. So after Endgame. Natasha's already dead. Then we see Elaine from Seinfeld blowing her nose. She presents the sister with an opportunity to get even with the individual that killed her sister. That's none other than Hawkeye. So essentially what we have is Black Widow as a movie overall is just one really long advertisement commercial for the Hawkeye TV show that's going to come out on Disney Plus later this year. And I can imagine that the first 2 episodes or so are going to be her going after him, going, oh, you killed my sister, I have to have revenge. And he's going to sit her down and explain to her, listen, I tried to go, she insisted, she knew that it had to bring peace to the world to die because we had to have the Soul Stone and blah, 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 blah. I was hoping that we would see a storyline that covered the overarching new phase of the multiverse. And we didn't get that. Now, again, I'm keeping in mind that this movie was supposed to be released pre-pandemic, which was we had ideas that the multiverse was coming around, especially with the title of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. That's not what Black Widow was. Is that going to keep me from watching any other Marvel Cinematic Universe shows or movies? Well, of course not. It's not one that I personally don't feel that it's one that is necessary to watch in order to understand what is going on in their overall storyline. What I'm trying to say is it doesn't add any context or flavor to the cinematic universe. It does provide a little understanding. It builds her character. But the problem is her character's dead. So was it necessary? Or was it just a cash grab from Disney? I'm willing to bet it was a little bit more of a cash grab from Disney. I just wouldn't rank Black Widow to be the highest up there. Of course, if they come out with a Black Widow 2, I'll go see it. Why not? So if you have seen Black Widow, let me know your thoughts below. Critique my critique of it. Let me know if I'm way off base. Let me know if you think I'm right on target with everybody else's opinion of the movie. And of course, that's what it all boils down to, is my opinion of Black Widow. If you've seen Black Widow, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If your thoughts align with mine, that's awesome. Give me a thumbs up. If your thoughts don't align with mine, well, that's okay. Still give me a thumbs up. But give me a comment below as well to let me know exactly what your thoughts on the movie were. And until next, our butts are in seats at the movie theater. May your popcorn be fresh and may your soda be fizzy.